right, welcome one and all. Monday, 5:30 means it's time for another edition of the Pollacchi Zone. Happy to have you along for the ride. We've been talking about a lot of basketball as of late, but we're going to shift gears as basketball season's coming to a close quickly, and softball and baseball season have started. And I'm happy to have back on the program the head coach of the Sul Ross Lady Lobos softball team, the one, the only, Troy Canaba. What's going on, my friend?
How's it going?
It's going well. Great to have you back behind the microphone to talk about Sul Ross Lady Lobos softball. And, we'll get right into it. You traveled west to Hobbs, New Mexico for the start. And before we begin, as someone that comes from New York and the Northeast, starting softball and baseball at this point is pretty much unheard of because winter's still going on. I know where I went to college, we wouldn't be talking about baseball until maybe April when the field would thaw. Why does the season start early just because it can? Yeah,
in West Texas, the weather's it's always crazy. It doesn't matter if it's in the summer or whatever. It's always going to be kind of crazy. So, we start always in January, in West Texas and around this area, in Texas mainly. So it's been lucky, and we've been lucky to have great weather up until actually Saturday. Saturday got really cold. It got to about 24 degrees, and it warmed up a little bit, but not very much. I was freezing out there.
Well, you went west to Hobbs, taking on the University of the Southwest there, and you brought back 2 wins. Now it's an 0-6 team now you went up against. What can you tell us about this team? Is their style of play in the competition, because a 2-1 win and then a better 9-5 win, is the record not indicative of the competition they brought against you?
No, they got a new coach, and so she's trying to put it in her program. There was a guy that was there for a long time, and he retired, and so brought in this girl. Actually, she played for her name is Caitlin Schultz. She played for University of Auburn and was at Midwestern State as an assistant coach last year, and she's just trying to implement her stuff, and sometimes change is hard, and they're trying to deal with that. And so they're a very talented group. They're NAI D1, so they get some scholarships, and so they had some players. It's that we grinded it out and did what we were supposed to, and so we came out with a couple of good wins for us. But no, that team's pretty good. It's just they're just trying to figure it out right now.
And hey, they're looking for their first win. And game 1, they're up 1-0, going top 7. You play 7 innings in softball, and you and the girls there bring back 2 runs in the top of the 7th and win it with Vaughn and Weatherford, a triple and a single, bringing in 2. Had to be happy that, yes, you started off slow, but to end up getting the win in that kind of fashion?
Yeah, our defense played really well. We held them and did what we were supposed to do, and finally our offense kind of came alive in the 7th. And Jody pitched really good, but we made some really great plays that we needed to make, and kind of kept us in the game. We had opportunities to score and didn't execute. We had a runner at first base, and we didn't bunt him, with 1 out and put him in a scoring position, and so it kind of threw us off. But it was just young kids making young mistakes, and knowing how to execute and figuring out how to execute. That was the biggest thing. They just don't know yet, and so we're just kind of working on that. So, but Jody came up and got a good hit. I think it was a double, down in the right center, and then we ended up getting a push through with Ashley Weatherford to score that run, and we held them in that 7th, and it was a good opportunity for us to take that win.
You got to be happy to see Jody Vaughn, just a freshman. Number one, for her to be given the ball game 1 as a freshman, I'm sure was an honor to her. But for her to go out and pitch a complete game, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 7 innings of 2 hit, 1 run, no earned. I was reading the wrong line there. 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. You had to be ecstatic.
Yeah, I was. I mean, she really was really composed. Really, focused on the game plan. We scouted them and had a pretty good game plan, and she executed to the T. We made a couple mistakes that, with errors, and that's why they were unearned. But for us to be able to do that and overcome all that, to be able to score and stay in the game and stay composed, I was really, really happy with. We started 7 freshmen that game, and so that's really interesting to see. There were so many young kids out there, but they're really talented, and so we just have to keep building and keep getting stronger.
You say you start 7 freshmen. I mean, that's remarkable to be able to go out and get a win, a 2-1 win, not like some 10-9 thriller. A 2-1 win, yes, coming back in the top of the 7th. But talk about what you saw from your freshmen, because 7 freshmen starting, I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty amazing, but it's a testament to their hard work and their work ethic, and that's why they're here. They were brought in to make an impact on the team, and we knew we were losing a lot of upperclassmen and some key roles, and so like Jody, Jackie Gonzalez was our pitcher, and she has to come in and kind of help take that spot, and we had some other ones that coming in to do what they're supposed to. So it was really appealing to see that they were able to grind through the fight, and when things went wrong, they didn't really get rattled too bad, and so for them to be able to do that was pretty amazing. And then they all stepped up. They like I told them, I don't need heroes, I just need them to do their job, and so they did that for that game 1.
So for the non-freshmen, it was a little bit of a tough first game. What do you chalk that up to? Well,
I think the upperclassmen understand that we're young, and they're trying to lead them, and so they're kind of doing double duties. They're trying to do their job, but then also be motivating and helping the younger ones to kind of push them through and guide them. And so they're having to do a lot of different things that they're not used to. We had a big senior group last year that had been with me since I got here, and so to see them kind of leave, somebody had to step up, and they're doing a really good job with it. But I think the biggest thing is that they just really have to be more of a leader and more supportive for them, because we really can't get mad at them or upset at them, because then they're so young that they may take it the wrong way. So they're really doing a really good job of just bringing them along.
Who are the leaders of this team?
I have 3 that are really big. It's Anaya Lasoy, which is a senior. Havana Gonzalez, but she's not playing because she's due to injury. Gabby Ramondi is also she's a junior. She's our shortstop. And then we have Haley Guillen, that's a sophomore. Haley just kind of came into this starting role this year. And so, but the other 2 have been playing since day 1. And so they're the ones that kind of bringing these kids along and helping them out and trying to help them and understand that the speed of the game is a little bit different.
So game 2, it was a different game. Game 1, a hit total between the teams was 7. Game 2, 24. A couple more errors and a lot more runs, a 9-5 game. And you were down again 1-0 and then took the lead, and it was close again. It was 5-5 going into the 9th. Or excuse me, going into the 8th, we should say. Right. Actually, it went to extras, 7, and then goes to the 8th inning. And you put up 4 runs. I mean, the fight of this team is evident from the beginning, Troy.
Yeah, so we had a lead going into the 7th, and we made some decisions that kind of came back to haunt us a little bit. But we pitched to one of their best players, because I had another freshman pitching at that time, which is Annie Alvarado, and so she's a freshman pitcher. So we kind of wanted to see what she did. We were going to walk the kid. The tying run was at second base, and we're going to walk her and let somebody else beat us. And then, I wanted to see what she can do. So we went in and pitched her, and she got a good hit. I mean, that's why she's one of the best players on the other team. And so even with that being said, they didn't really panic. So we had a runner on, and then Rebecca, I can't think of her name. She hit a home run. And so that kind of got our momentum going, and then it was just like a hitting parade after that. But it was a game of momentum. They had it, and then we came back and got the runs and got some insurance, and then they came back and tied it, and then we went ahead, and then we were able to hold them off with some good defense and some good play.
You were referencing Rebecca Rodriguez.
Rebecca Rodriguez, yeah.
Great. So game 1, pitcher's duel. Game 2, offensive duel. And the bats came alive. I mean, 1 through 9. Everyone had a hit. 3 for Annika Canaba, 2 for Cameron Harden, 2 for Abby Alvarado, 2 for Haley Guillen, 3 for Rebecca Rodriguez. I mean, so many freshmen alone stepping up. And what did that mean to you to see a good close game in the beginning? And yes, it was close in the second one. It got away from the Southwest in the top of the 8th inning. But to see your offense then really step up.
We struggled that first game just because I think their expectation. They were just trying to push too hard. They were trying to do, like I said, trying to be heroes and stuff instead of just going with their approach, doing what we've been teaching them all semester long. And so we went back to that in the second game. And so, the freshmen came in big. They came in clutch when we needed to, when they needed them. They never got rattled. They had a good idea of what we wanted to do at the plate, and then we adjusted to what they were doing to us, and because of that, they were able to do it. They showed a lot of maturity, and I liked the confidence that they had. Sometimes I ask them to do things that are out of their comfort zone, and now they're getting comfortable with that, and so which is really nice to see, because I think in the long run it'll help us. Our approach at the plate is a little different than normal. We use counts to kind of know what we're going to do with situations, and so they understand that now. And then they finally saw it come to life this weekend. In practice it's hard to duplicate, but when we did it in the game, they kind of understand it. So now we had a team meeting today, and they were like, "Coach, I understand now. I get it." The light bulb went off, and so it's kind of nice to see. So we're anxious to see what they can do the rest of the year.
Now these are non-conference games against Southwest, but how important is it, no matter who you're playing, to be able to come back from your first road trip with a 2-0 record?
Yeah, it's really important. I think, give them a little bit of confidence and get them to understand that they can trust us. That's the biggest thing. It's right now, it's so early that they just need to understand that we have their best interests at heart, and we're trying to do what's best for them and for the team as well. So I think it was really big for our confidence builder, because we are so young. We come back, 0-2, heading into conference this weekend. It could be a whole different story, the rest of the year. And so we kind of set the presence right up top, and we're really excited about it. And then it was really good for them and for us to be able to come back with a couple wins. And so I think it's a good starting spot, but we still got a long way to go.
Now you keep referencing we, as in coaches. You've got a new assistant this year.
I do. Yeah, I got Sydney McAllister. She's she played for me when we went to state in 2012. Came back from Texas and wanted to work with me. I had this job open, and I gave her a call, and I really didn't know if she would come down, because she's in Austin and doing great things down there, and she jumped on and came on, and so that's a relief for me, because she's doing a lot of stuff that I'm giving her a lot of duties, a lot of responsibilities, and to have her work beside me is pretty awesome. And I got to tell the girls, that's probably one of the best compliments you can have, is when a kid goes off and comes back and want to coach with you, because obviously it wasn't too bad at the time when I was coaching her, because I was pretty hard on that group, and they did some amazing things. And so for her to have her, coaching and on our staff, it's pretty amazing.
Now, obviously, coaches with credentials, can make an incredible difference, whether you've worked with them or not. Mm-hmm. But when it comes of hiring an assistant, you can hire someone that's done this great. But how important is it at the same time for it to be someone that did play for you and has worked with you and knows your style?
I think the biggest thing in our business as a coaching is they can know a lot of things and they can do that, but the biggest thing is trust.
Yeah.
I need to be able to trust her and trust the things that she's going to do, and trust that she's going to do her job, and she's one that I knew I could trust right from the get-go. And so like I tell everybody, I can teach you how to coach softball, but the trust is the part that's it's kind of earned, and it's kind of, you have respect for somebody else. And so knowing that she played for me and knowing that she knows what I do and how I do things was really big. But the biggest thing was the trust part, because I always talk about Hugh Morrissey. Hugh's got a playoff game got a game tomorrow, and then a playoff game. Hugh Morrissey coached with me volleyball, and they were like, well, he doesn't know anything about volleyball. I was like, no, but I trust him. I can teach him everything he needs to know about volleyball. And so he was one of my best assistants I've ever had in volleyball, because I just knew I could trust him. So going back to Sid, I think that's something that she brings to the table. I can trust her, and she's a hard worker. I'm one that always gets to the job early and stay late, and she's beating me to work and staying later than I am. And so she's not scared to work. And so that's really nice to have too as well.
Hugh Morrissey, volleyball. I'll have to ask him about that.
You need to ask him.
Come Tuesday when they play Tornillo.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him about that. We're going to take a quick break. We'll talk about what's coming up with conference games this week. We'll get into it after the break right here on the Pollacchi Zone. Welcome you back to the Pollacchi Zone. We're talking with Sul Ross, Lady Lobo head softball coach Troy Canova. Coach, 2-0. 2-0. For some good wins against Southwest. And here we go, right into it. Friday and Saturday, East Texas Baptist. Coming here. You get to open up conference play at home. And it was a good year last year. Made the tournament. I mean, it seems like things are progressing. A couple things have changed. You've lost some pitchers, and obviously a senior-heavy team last year. You've lost some key pieces. You've started out good. How do you keep the momentum going against a team like East Texas Baptist?
You know, East Texas Baptist is really good. They're actually picked number one in our conference to win our conference now that UT Tyler is moving up to D2.
Yep.
So, you know, it's one of those that, you know, we just kind of focus on the little things. We're not really we just got to take it game by game and just keep getting better, especially with a young team. That's one thing, is that you can't overload them with information and overload them with too much stuff. We just kind of just take it day by day and practice by practice and get ready. You know, we're really lucky that we get to start at home and not on the road. And it's good because we have a big field. You know, our field is pretty big compared to like most other fields. So we always like playing at home because it's harder to hit home runs and harder to do some things here. And so it kind of works in our favor as well. But you know, as far as the freshman pitchers and everybody, they're going to have to grow up. You know, we're going to get really tested this weekend. They're going to be tough, and they're going to put us in some situations, and I'm hoping that we can just focus on what's at hand and not get too rattled, because they're a really good team.
So you're taking on the number one projected team in the conference. Would you prefer to start with a team like that, or would you rather gradually work up to a team like that?
I like it coming right off the bat just because I like to see where we're at. We're going to get a good test to see where we're at. And if we can battle and hang on to you know, the games and not get blown out or you know, have opportunities to score and do those things, and you know, we can get a lot of positives out of it, you know, even if it doesn't go our way. And so I kind of want to see where we are at. You know, what's a better way to, you know, you always want to play the best, and they're the best, so we can kind of see where we you know, while we fall in the conference and everything else. And two, we can also send a statement to the conference. You know, if we take a couple off of them, or we can even take one off them, you know, that's going to send a shock down to the conference and be like, okay, these guys are for real. You know, they know, you know, I think a lot of hard work that the kids have done in the past, you know, making the conference tournament last year, we've earned a lot of respect from people from the conference, because obviously I don't think we've ever been ranked higher than 12 in our conference. And this year, for the first time I think in ever, that we've been ranked, we were number 7. We picked number 7 in our conference, and that's pretty amazing. If that holds true, that means we'll make the conference tournament again. We'll get to do some really, really great things this year, and then with a big group of freshmen, will be pretty amazing.
Troy, I know you. You're a competitor, and you're going to put a product out on the field that's going to compete with anybody. You say you've never been ranked higher than 7th, but if I know you the way I know you, you look at that and think you should be ranked higher.
Yeah, you know, I do. I always think that we should, you know, be up in the top, at least top 3. You know, we're just taking it with a grain of salt and understanding that it's a gradual thing. But yeah, I really felt like we were a lot better. I still think we're a lot better. You know, like I said, our freshmen are freshmen, but they're really talented. They're a really talented group. And then my upperclassmen, it's just a good bond right now. They get along with each other. They work hard for each other. They hold each other accountable, and that's pretty amazing to see. Without like doing it in a negative way, they're doing it in a positive way. So we're excited to see what they can do. But yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, I thought it was good where we were ranked, but I really thought we would be a little bit higher. But you know, that gives us our motivation, and understand that we still have a lot of work to do.
That's your fuel, basically. Mm-hmm. Hey, this is where they put us. Let's go make a statement.
Right, and that's been, you know, in the past, it's been, our statement was, you know, we were so far down that it's like nobody gave us a chance.
Right.
And so now they're kind of giving us a little respect, and not as much as I think we deserve, but it's getting there. And so we're, you know, a lot of the coaches in the conference, you know, have been really good to us and been really real positive with us. And, you know, we want to win, and but ultimately they understand that it's about the kids and the teams. And so, you know, to be honest too, that they voted us there was, you know, good in a way, but then also it's going to be our motivation for the rest of the year.
And again, if I know you the way I know you, these games Friday and Saturday, You expect to win.
Oh yeah. No, there's no doubt. I think we have a group that could win. I think we have a group that will be able to win. It just comes down to mistakes and who makes the least amount of mistakes and who gets hot. Our bats are hitting. I mean, we can. Like I said, Rebecca Rodriguez hit that home run, and every 1 through 9 got a hit. We have the firepower to do it, and our defense is good. And if our pitchers can just, do what we ask them to do as far as our game plan, I think we have a really good chance.
I'm not going to use the word weakness. I don't like that. I really don't like the word weakness in sports. If you could pinpoint, if anything, what the one Achilles heel of this team might be, what would it be?
I think it's just going to be the youth. I know there's really no excuse because everybody at this level can play, and so it shouldn't matter if you're a freshman or not. But just the inexperience is going to be the toughest because I can teach them everything they need to do in practice. I can work them hard and give them all the tools they want, but there's nothing that can duplicate experience. That's why the teams that are always dominant are the junior and senior teams that are upperclassmen. They've been through it. They've been through the fire. They understand how to win, how to not to get down when things go wrong. So that's the only thing I'm just worried about is just our inexperience and how much is that going to hurt us? I'm hoping that it won't. But when you start playing a senior or junior heavy teams, that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Now, I ask every coach this, and every sport is different when it comes to fans. Basketball, you're in a controlled environment where you get loud, it echoes, and can really cause some havoc. Baseball and softball, unless you're in a dome, it's more open air, and it's a little different. But what does it mean to your girls, to your team, when the fans come out?
Oh yeah, we had a real big. We had more fans in Hobbs than they did, and so we had we travel really well. We have, of course, that's one thing we talked about too is that we recruited a lot of kids from around the area. So we have kids from Seminole, we have kids from Midland Greenwood, we have kids from Stockton, kids from Alpine. And so all their parents are able to travel. So we fill the stands. El Paso, we fill the stands in Hobbs. And so even here at home, we've been able to have great fan base. And so we're excited about that. I've been really blessed and really lucky that I have really good support here in Alpine, even when I was coaching at the high school. And a lot of those people came and then have followed me to Sul Ross. And so they come out and watch our kids play. And so that's really nice. But it's very important to our kids to understand that they're supportive, they're loved, people want them to do well. And so I think that's really, really big for them. And so it's really important for you to come out. So come out and watch us play a little bit and give these guys and see the kind of product that we have out there because they deserve a lot of credit because they've been working hard.
Yeah, and like you said, the fans do come out, and they come out. I mean, they've enjoyed it. I mean, every time I'm there, it seems like that place is nearly packed.
Yeah, it is. It's been pretty amazing to see. I was giving them a hard time. We need to start charging just because we're losing a lot of money out there. but it's just because we have a great fan base, and so we're really excited about that and hoping that they just continue to support us.
Doubleheader Friday, 4 and 6. 2 for the price of 1, I suppose.
Yeah, 2 for the price of it's free, so come on.
It's free, so 2 for the price of none. And Saturday would be at noon.
At noon.
And here we go.
Let's get going.
You excited?
I am excited. Can't wait. It's going to be a great year, and no matter what happens, I got a great group of kids, and we're just hopefully we can just make Sul Ross proud and Alpine proud, and I love these kids, and excited to see what happens.
Thanks, Troy.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll talk about volleyball next time.
All right, sounds good.
We'll see you next Monday right here on the Pollacchi Zone. Thanks again to Coach Canham.